Everyone wants love. Love is the answer, Johnny. Everyone's looking for love, deep love, a lifetime of deep love, you know. I'm looking for a shallow half hour, you know. I never had luck with women. I'm no ladies' man, I know that, Johnny. I never got girls when I was a kid in show business either, you know. One girl told me, come on over, there's nobody home. I went over, there was nobody home.
Before I continue, I have to say a disclaimer. This video was not originally filmed for YouTube. Whenever I have strong emotions, whether they're desires or they're worries, my iPhone camera becomes my best friend. It listens to all of my heart's worries, fears, longings without judgment. So y'all are about to see me at my rawest, okay? But that's okay. Being vulnerable and sensitive is my greatest superpower. I didn't always believe that though. I used to kind of be ashamed of it. I thought it was too much. But now I know that it actually allows me to connect with people on such a deep level that I own it. It's powerful. But I know, crying on the internet is taboo. We've been taught to conceal our emotions and that our poker face always wins. A lot of people on the internet are not genuinely telling you what they're going through or how they feel. But I'm a student of bell hooks, okay? And bell hooks says, in today's world, we're taught to fear the truth and to believe that it always hurts. We're encouraged to see honest people as naive, as potential losers. Bombarded with cultural propaganda, it instills in us the notion that lies are more important, that truth doesn't matter, and that we're all potential victims. In order to know love, we have to tell the truth to ourselves and to others. So I vow to tell y'all the truth because I so deeply and strongly, child, want to know love. And I believe in the healing, transformative, revolutionary power of love. And that is actually what we're about to talk today about. We're about to talk about love, even in the midst of heartbreak.
Mass literature. I love the fact that we can have books like The Road Less Traveled, like Thomas More's Care of the Soul, that reach out with broad intellectual concepts to a wide audience. And I particularly take his definition of love as the will to nurture one's own and another's spiritual growth, and link it to Eric Fromm saying, love is a combination of care, knowledge, responsibility, commitment, and trust.
When you realize that love is not merely a feeling, but a choice, a commitment, it requires you to show up in your relationships differently. I said I was gonna be honest with y'all, and honestly, this year I started off looking for some dick. Okay, I was on the search for physical intimacy, someone to be a companion, but I quickly found out that those relationships are not fulfilling to me. So I opted to be alone instead of just having dead weight and a thick dick. Okay, until I met this one dude. Bell Hooks talks about this mysterious click we feel when we meet someone. And for the first time in a long time, I felt it. It felt like this was someone I knew before, and for some reason we lost touch, but I didn't want any more time to go by. Not to mention that the day I met the dude, in 2 months' time, I would have to leave the state to go to film school. We're not gonna talk about that. I already talked to my therapist about it. But with him, I felt like I was on my way to knowing love. And not just love, I know we defined love already, but knowing true love. True love is a different story. True love is a peculiar kind of insight through which we see the wholeness which the person is. When we commit to true love, we're committed to being changed, to being acted upon by the beloved in a way that enables us to be more fully self-actualized. It is a sacred alliance whose purpose is to help both partners discover and realize their deepest potentials. Put simply, I felt like this was a person that I could grow with and understand myself more with and help them do the same. But I was disappointed when I realized that this person wasn't ready to put in the commitment that I was ready to cultivate a loving relationship. The desire to love is not love itself. Love is as love does. Love is an act of will, namely both an intention and action. We choose to love. I felt like he would be a good person to love me. And I felt ready to love him. But I don't think it's meant to be. And if it is, then maybe it will be. So this is the reason for my tears. Simply that. I met someone that I felt a connection with, a strong connection with, but I realized that it wouldn't be anything more than that. And my therapist says that maybe I just need to slow down sometimes. She is not wrong. But nonetheless, these were my feelings in this moment. Devastation that someone that I thought could be the first experience that I would have in understanding the art of loving was just a really good encounter. But ultimately, I gotta say, I am thankful because the experience let me know that I am capable of learning how to love. And also, I got to see a lot of Bell Hooks' writing and her theory and practice as I used it in this encounter. But I'm proud of you, Sabrina, because you did something that was really hard. You spoke about your needs. Homie works OD, and I say, I really need someone who can affirm to me that they're here, they're present. I want to be able to rely on something. I feel like I can't rely. This is not something I can rely on. I woke up and I'm like, I can't rely on this. I want someone to be a part of my journey. You know what he told me? He said, I hope you find that. Damn! But it's honest. I've been working with my therapist on navigating relationships, and we both agreed that I need a list of qualities that I want in a person. I thought that I knew exactly what I wanted, but when I looked at the dudes I was choosing, my picks said otherwise. And when I actually took out a pen and paper, it was quite difficult for me to come up with a list of 10. So I recommend that everyone, men, women, non-gender conforming folk, take the time to write down what you're looking for in a partner. I learned that our needs are just that. We need them. They don't go away. So it's better to state your needs even if they get shut down, because at least we're being truthful to ourselves and we're moving with intention on how our needs are being met. If they're not met by another person at this very moment, then we can always meet our own needs. I'm more interested in being alone until I meet someone who can fulfill my needs, as opposed to being with a mid-grade partner for the sake of companionship, but feeling unfulfilled. The biggest thing I learned in all of this is that love is a choice. Or at least it should be. Something that I've learned from one of my most toxic relationships ever is that it is all, at the end of the day, a choice. We choose who we want to be in our lives. So for people that we don't choose as our family, and even then, once you get to a certain age, you get to choose how much you interact with certain family members, right? But when it comes to friends, relationships, those are a choice. And you can either choose to stay in someone's life and commit and work because you want that person with you, or you can choose otherwise. The concept of falling in love implies that we don't have a choice in who we love, that we can't decide who we end up loving. But it's all a choice. And this was really liberating to me when I read this. I used to be in relationships that I felt bonded by, even though I understood that the relationship had long lost its value and its luster. But I felt that if I had professed my love, that I was stuck with this person, that I had to make it work. But now I know that love is a commitment. It's a promise, one that we renew every morning when we wake up and throughout the day as we make decisions. I've had many people tell me that they love me. Many people. Many child. But I realize that some people think that love is that mysterious click that we get when we sometimes meet someone. Love is not that. As we talked about, the desire to love is not love itself. Love is being able to act in a way that demonstrates care, commitment, knowledge, respect, trust. what's the other R? And responsibility. But once you figure that out, it makes it really easy to filter through all the people who are just talking out their ass. Well, that's time. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a while since I did a video essay like this, but if you like this one, check out the other one that I did. So today we focused on chapter 10, romantic love. But Bell Hooks talks about so much more. She talks about community love, love in friendship, spiritual love, even love and death. And those are all chapters that I plan on covering. So if you're interested, press that like button so I know. Leave a comment so I know. And be sure to subscribe so that you cannot miss out on anything that is coming up, okay? And remember, create it instead of pretending like you don't deserve it. Because baby, I'm here to tell you, you do.
I know, I want the love story where it's like I knew that this was my person and I was ready to do whatever I had to do for this person. That's beautiful. To find true love. Bell Hooks talks about it in her book, All About Love. It's my bookshelf, but that's true love. Oh, let's read it, because it's going on YouTube, right?